So welcome to part two. What we're doing is we're walking around the little Airbnb bedroom community that I'm staying in, and here's what I'm finding out. There's a significant mixture of single-family homes. It's a nice park here, and there's several Section 8. So with the Section 8, it will drive down the prices. You got to understand that. Figure out how you're going to proceed forward. If you could get a house, and we saw one in the last video, at 45 to 50 cents on the dollar, I would consider it. But somebody would need to come in and be able to rehab that, probably use it as an Airbnb. The issue with the Airbnb is simple, that is that going to be a desirable enough place for people to go, hey, I came all the way and look at the plane up here if we can get it. You know, Alaska has these planes that take off from Anchorage, go to the glaciers, over the frozen tundra, if it will. And boy, there's a lot of that around here. Not here in particular, but inland. And the difference is, because we're surrounded by water, the temperature is relatively temperate. In the dead of winter, you may get down to 20. Well, that's pretty cold for most of us, particularly those of us from SoCal. But overall, it's something that you can live with. Now, you go back into Fairbanks, here you go, here's another typical house around here. See, I think you could do an Airbnb in this neighborhood pretty easy, and I certainly would. And so what we're finding is neighborhoods change very quickly. That's why you just can't do research with software and call it a day. You have to know the area. So here's some really nice houses over here. Here's one that is hurting, and then you've got Section 8 over here. So you've got a lot going on with these things. Now, this is a really nice one right across from Section 8, and one that, shall we say, needs some help. Here's another plane coming in. Let's see if we can get that. There it is, look at that. Plenty of these. Plenty of these. Once we get Alaska going, we're going to want to go on one of those because there's so much to do here. And certainly, I'm pretty tired from coming in a couple days ago. I've done a lot of driving, a lot of videos. I'm doing these videos to train and prepare and mentor people, but they do take a lot of work. And with that, time, thought, preparation, the good news is I've been prepared for years to do this, so I can do pretty much just off of experience. And that's what happens as you gain and grow in your career. As you gain and grow in experience, it pays off. And you can do videos like this and actually know what you're talking about. So here's what we found out about this neighborhood. Pretty darn close to the airport, about 10 minutes away. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go out and take some beautiful sunset pictures. Why would I do that? Because the clouds are broken. I'm going to get colors like you cannot believe tonight. So I got to go out there and do it. That's part of what I do. This house is almost directly across from where I'm staying. This house, nice little house. You wouldn't even know where we're staying, which is right there in the corner there with the flag. Nice little house. Great little rental. Somebody lives downstairs, so they have constant cash flow. They park on this side over here. It's number 2. And they live downstairs. Upstairs, nice little 2-bedroom. Kitchen, fully stocked. Was able to go in and get everything I needed for dinner tonight. We spent today at McDonald's $26. $26. We bought enough food for 2 guys, pretty much for the whole week, for about $180. You know, there's no way you can make the numbers work with eating out, even in Alaska, unless you got a lot of money, or unless you're on a cruise, in which case you eat out all the time, you gain 50 pounds, and you ask yourself, what was I thinking? So we know here that the blocks literally change. So you can do things on software, but you can be more effective if you're walking and viewing the area, or driving. Driving, of course, is a lot faster. Mentors of mine have suggested that. I'm walking because I'm looking for content. I was out at the Alaska Animal Conservation Park, and one guy says, "Are you a YouTuber?" And I started to think about it and go, well, technically I am, because I've got a lot of content out there. You guys will figure out how to do wholesale, find boarded up vacant, just plain ugly. You'll figure out how to find and observe distressed rentals. And with that, you'll see opportunities that abound in this industry. Now, this street over here is a little bit rougher than the one I live on. And with that, you always have to keep in mind whenever you're looking at these houses, okay, whatever, this one over here, that could definitely be a boarded up vacant house. Why? You've got the house overgrown, weeds and the snowmobiles. That looks like it's vacant inside. Here's another possibility. So the question I would have is, if I go in there and fix that up, what's the neighborhood going to look like, especially if I want to rent it out? Because people will look at those beautiful yellow trees over there. Oh my gosh, the colors are screaming more and more every day. But I would look at this house and go, okay, can I rent this out and feel pretty comfortable in this neighborhood? The answer is yes. I could definitely do that. You have this cute little house behind me, and we like that. Nice guy riding by me. I wish I was able to do that, but walking, I'll take whatever I can get as far as exercise today. So here we are now by a very wooded area, a pseudo log cabin, and it's got log facing, nice little house. Any of these could easily be Airbnbs. Now there appears to be a lot of people living here. Anchorage is the biggest city in Alaska. You can get out into the boonies really quick. These cities that I encourage you to check out, start with Anchorage. Go to Fairbanks. As you're going through Fairbanks, check out Wasilla. See what's there. Wasilla is kind of a suburb of Fairbanks. You'll want to go down to the Inner Passage. There's opportunity. Juneau's the capital. Again, what's your goal? What are you going to do with it? And for Juneau, it's a vacation Airbnb type house. Now, Juneau is the capital, but it's not accessible by road to inland Alaska, like Fairbanks or Anchorage, where I'm at. By the way, we're back in Section 8. You got to know about Section 8. You got to know what it does to the houses around, and just use common sense. And these are all things that you learn as you dive into this. Real estate is not easy. Not at all. Let me tell you, there's a lot of ups and downs. I'd be lying to you if I told you that it was all straight up. As a matter of fact, what you want to do, here you go. This is another house right here. That is a great opportunity. This is boarded up, vacant. Well, it's not boarded up, but boy, is it just plain ugly. And these cars have been here forever. So I would think that that might be a vacant house. Right behind me, you've got fall in full swing. Being from California, I don't see this kind of stuff ever. Artificial intelligence said that the fall would be past. The reality is it's not. So you cannot take for the gospel what artificial intelligence is telling you. And you've got to check it with reality. Now here's an interesting fun fact here. Okay, right behind me is the main railroad line from Whittier and Seward up to Denali and then Fairbanks. Now, when I came off the cruise 2 years ago, I came right by here. Who knew? 2 years later, we would be opening up Alaska for Defy Mobile and Defy Homes. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Now, I tell you what, these are nice little Airbnb possibilities or people living here. Either way, doesn't really matter. There are a lot of people who, at this point, appear to be living here because at this time of year, it's not the peak season. That ended about 2 weeks ago. Now, ironically, the weather pretty much was the same. I remember getting off the boat, the New Amsterdam, Holland, America, in Whittier. Got up early, got off the boat, went through a covered entrance and onto the train. Got a little wet, real misty. Boy, there is not much in Whittier, ladies and gentlemen. As a matter of fact, people say about Whittier, everything is SHITTIER in Whittier. And there's a reason. Because there's just nothing there. Everybody lives in an apartment building. All of the services are in the bottom floor, including haircut, grocery store, you name it. And it is a little community that in the winter, big storms, it's cut off by a tunnel. But see, you don't know that unless you go there. So I did. And the reason I learned all that is because I told my host that, there we go. Here we are, the Alaska Railroad Corporation. The other interesting thing about Alaska railroads is there's not freight trains around here. I haven't seen one. As a matter of fact, I have not seen one train. The whole place has been dormant. So the Alaska Railroad is the main artery from Seward to Fairbanks. And during tourist season, it was very busy, and we enjoyed that greatly. But it was cloudy and rainy the whole time. This is the first day I've ever been in Alaska where I've seen the sun. See that behind me? Right there. It's what just whited out this whole picture since I've been in Alaska. It is so cool, and I'm going to go take advantage of pictures. So we're walking by, and now this is one street over, the street that my Airbnb is on, and this is a really cute little neighborhood. Look behind me. Now, no, that's not a Section 8. That is a regular house. Some really nice lawns here. I tell you, I appreciate that. Boy, in Wichita, you see a lot of doggy lawns, but not here. You know, I do Wichita and Tulsa. And then California is my primary real estate spots. Here's one, a little bit the end of fall. This is probably what AI meant, but a little bit behind now. And that tree is a little bit more advanced, probably closer to what they were thinking about. So I'm coming on Taft Street, and you can see all the presidents are named. Here's a cute little house behind me. Now, that would be a perfect Airbnb because it would be set off. You could have a barbecue out there, do a lot of things with that house. I got a couple dogs. One dog sounds like a chicken. Don't ask me why. Bulldogs. But here's a nice house behind me. Look at that. See, and now a house like that would be perfect for an Airbnb because it's a corner house. It's landscaped nice. The people don't have to see the other houses if they don't want to. Perfect place. There's a house with a big old camper there. That's the size of camper I'm going to get when our massive investment, you heard me here say it, comes in. Not there yet. So we're walking by another Airbnb opportunity. And right here is a house for sale across the street. If I could call Amanda and offer her 70 cents on the dollar, if it's been sitting for a long time, maybe go up to 80, she might take it. That's a strategy we teach, and is something that you can look at. The bottom line is there's opportunities all over the place. Now, these people look very, very reasonable. And as reasonable as they are, they're probably not very happy right now. And there you go. Harris for president. Wow, if they had any idea how bad of a senator she was in California. Of course, when you compare her to our current senator, Adam Schiff, but we call him Shifty Schiff, she looks like a godsend. And this house right next to her, right here, so when I was talking about in an earlier video, that is one where I would call the owner and see what we could do about negotiating. That can easily be turned in to an Airbnb. That's in pretty good shape. But it's been a while. So right now, on these 2 videos that I did, we have found about 4 or 5 houses. And that's just in this neighborhood and has given me an opportunity here now, 33-minute walk, to do some significant videos. So, in conclusion, when you're looking here, you're going to have to adjust your strategy. Yes, we can find a boarded up vacant and just plain ugly. We probably found 2 of those. And you can go wholesale. But I would also take a look at distressed rentals and opportunity for fix and flips if you can, and get into some areas where you can do Airbnbs. Now we are back at our Airbnb. We have a dog who's not too happy with us, but that's okay. It tells you that this is a real video. Here's my car behind me. I'm gonna be driving all over Alaska with that. So keep watching the videos. We're gonna keep telling about our Alaska trip. We're gonna tie it in with real life real estate. Get out there, Alaska's an opportunity, and make it happen.